goal is not to take anything from you, it's not to get anything from you. Because I love you, my goal is when you walk out of this place, there's somebody you haven't even gotten started, and I want you to get started on the rest of your life. Listen to me, I mean it, I mean it. This is not something, and again, this is no disrespect, to people who've read books, and as they've read these different books, they've been able to put these great presentations together. People who've gone to conferences have been able to take great notes and like put a program together, and there's nothing wrong with that, guys, but you're looking at somebody who, I didn't read a book, I didn't get this from a book, I didn't get this from a conference. This is literally from being homeless. This is literally from sleeping in abandoned buildings. This is literally from dropping out of high school and eventually going back to high school and finishing college. Like, this is trial and error, and everything I'm going to share with you is lived. Nothing read, no conferences, from the bottom to the top. And what I'm hoping to accomplish when I leave, if somebody you've not really gotten started with the rest of your life, you're like, E.T., I'm walking out of here next level, right? And then there's another group, you kind of got started, but like you playing with it, like you're not putting forth 120%, you're not all in. And then for another group, you're doing great, but you're comparing yourself to other people, and I want to push you to be phenomenal, all right? So I'm going to say it again, all right? I'm going to say it again, you got to catch this, that there's one group, and I need you to know who you are. I need you to identify yourself. You're saying, I've got dreams, I have goals, there are things that I want to accomplish, I'm not satisfied. Like, I don't sleep well at night. Like E.T., I dream it, E.T., I want it, E.T., I look around at other people who are living a certain way, who are driving a certain way, who are experiencing life, and E.T., I want that, and I've robbed myself. I have not been true to myself. I've not done the things I need to do. Then there's another group, E.T., I got started, but I stop and start. I stop and start. I stop and start. And those two groups specifically, I want to speak to you and help you to get to a different level. So you got to do me a favor, all right? You got to do me a favor. There's somebody in the room. I just need you to think about it for 1 minute. And I want you to think about that thing or those things that you're saying, E.T., there's some things that I have to get done. I have to get done the rest of August. I have to get done the rest of September. I have to get done in October. I have to get done in November. I have to get done before December. When the new year comes, there's some things I have to do. So if you're in the room and there's some goals that you've not accomplished yet, you've not obtained yet, there's some things that you still need to get done. You are at a place of desperation and you say, E.T., I have to make this happen. I want you to raise your hand. Let me tell you something. If you get to that point where you do exactly what you said you're going to do, you're going to get to the next level. All right, so let's get started. E.T. is saying, and it's E.T., I'm being honest. The PhD was the only thing. And so every day, 3 o'clock in the morning, I spent an hour praying. I spent an hour working out. And then from that point, for about 4 or 5 hours, I just wrote, and 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 now I'm seeing over 100 and some pages. I probably got another good 100 to go, and we're finished with this process. So what is it? What is it? What is that one thing that you're saying that I am going to get this thing done, and I'm going to make my dreams become a reality? Now, if E.T. can do it, anybody can do it. So my first slide. Yep, that's it. Everyone wants to be a beast. Until it's time to do a real beast do. Write it down quickly, write it down, write that down. I need you to get, I don't want you just to listen to me. I want you to write that down. This is powerful. Everybody wants to be a beast. What do you mean, E.T.? Everybody wants to make their dreams become a reality. There's no one sitting in this room who's saying, E.T., I want to procrastinate. E.T., I don't want to get it done. E.T., I don't want to get to the next level. E.T., no, every person in this room, not only do you want your dreams to become a reality, you deserve for your dreams to become a reality. So I'm going to build off of yesterday, right? And I realize, E.T., as long as you're average, you're going to get what average people get. Now, as I'm speaking, you're not just hearing the words, but as I'm speaking, you are identifying who am I and why am I at where I am right now. Average. There's some folks in this room, your dreams are phenomenal. The life that you have for yourself is phenomenal. In your dreams, your bank account is phenomenal. The things that you do, the way that you live, what you have is phenomenal. But you as an individual, you're average. You as an individual, you're good. You as an individual, you're great. And what I'm challenging you to do is to go from average to good, from good to great, and from great to phenomenal. And so I need you to do me a huge favor and keep your dreams phenomenal. Keep your vision phenomenal. Keep it phenomenal. And now I need you to get your weight up. As an individual, I need you to get your schedule up. I need you to get your life up. I need you to get your words up. I need you to get your heart up. I need you to get your action up. I need you to get to a place that every single thing that you do is phenomenal so that the life you want to live, you can actually live that life. So let me explain this one to you. This one is important. This was important. Everybody, every single person that I've ever come across, I've never heard anybody say, E.T., my goal is to be a loser. E.T., my goal is to always come up short. E.T., I've dreamed of being in second place my entire life. E.T., I want to be a failure. E.T., I want to dream it, but not live it. Never met that person before. Everybody wants to be a beast. Everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to succeed. Everybody wants to have, to be, and do what they feel they've been called to do. The challenge becomes that most of us, when it's time to do what beasts do, we don't do it. So E.T., what do you mean? What do you mean? Look, I told you, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. Every day, 3 o'clock in the morning. And so there's some days when I wake up. I just woke up recently and it was 2:45. I looked at the clock and I said, look, between me and you, we got an agreement. It's 3 o'clock. It's 2:45 right now. Like, listen to me very closely. Technically, I have 15 minutes. Technically, I have 15 more minutes. I never told the world that I wake up at 2:45, ever. I say 3 o'clock, sometimes 3-ish, 3:05, 3:10. Right? But never, I've never said that I make a vow to get up at 2:45. But when I looked at the clock said 2:45. And the average person in me said, E.T., just pull the covers back over you. It's okay. You got 15 minutes. But the phenomenal in me said, E.T., if you go back to sleep for those 15 minutes, there's no guarantee you're going to get up at 3 o'clock. If you go back to sleep right now, you might wake up and it's 4 o'clock. You might wake up and it's 5 o'clock. You might wake up and it's 6 o'clock. All you have is right now. Are those 15 minutes that sweet that you're going to push back your dream, that you're going to push back your goal? Everything you've ever wanted, son, you're right there. You're right there. Listen to me. When I tell you I'm right, listen to me. I never dreamed that I would be doing this, but a friend of mine called me the other day. He said, E.T., when was the last time you went to Google and put your name in Google? I was like, I haven't. I don't do that. He said, you might want to do it. He said, and do me a favor, Dave. He said, do me a favor. He said, okay, before you do that, what I want you to do is I want you to put the best motivational video in the world in Google and watch what happens. I was like, oh, okay, best motivational Google. I'm thinking, Jim Rohn or something, Tony Robbins, I don't know, Les Brown, I don't know, put my name in there, and boom, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. I was like, ooh, we number one. I didn't know I was number one. So then I did another list, and another list was like the top 20. And so I went through the top 20, we were 1, and then we were like 4, and we were like 7, and we were like 10. I was like, oh, we have multiple like Grammys. Like, wow, this is unbelievable, right? I was like, wow. And I put my name in there, and there was, in one list I might be number 10, another list number 5, another list number 30, and I'm like, ooh, like the people that I look up to, I'm on the same page with these guys. I'm on the same, now I'll be honest, Tony Robbins had like an 8.5 by 11, I had like a 3.5 by 7. But I was there. I was on the same page with these guys. I was on the page with Jim Rohn. I was on the same page with the great late Zig Ziglar. I was on the exact same page, guys. And I'm looking at the 2:45 and I'm saying, E.T., you're so close. You're closer than you've ever been before. You have to do me a favor. Those 15 minutes are not worth the rest of your life. Those 15 minutes are not worth you slipping down the chart. That is not worth it, because if you wake up at 3:30, some other kid's getting up at 3 and he's got 30 minutes on you today. So I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you not only to want to be a beast when you leave this place, huge favor. ET is asking you of one thing. When you leave this place, I need you to get in beast mode and stay in beast mode. On 3, beast mode. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. No, come on. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Beast mode. Look, I need you to put on beast mode. I need you to live in beast mode. Because if you live in beast mode, you'll have what other people don't have. Listen to me very closely. Not only will you have what other people don't have, you'll do what other people can't do. Okay, so this is my first time here with a driver. The second time we came, we have a driver. Is our driver here? I don't know if Dave is here. There's our driver in the back. Dave, can you just raise your hand? Listen to me. This is a, for those of you who are looking for transportation in Australia, this is a beast. Beast mode. Never seen this before. I've been traveling for 7 years, right? 7 years. We always get picked up, limo service. They pick us up and take us. Now, guys, I'm being honest with you. Every time I land, I'm always looking for the same thing. I'm looking for this guy who's with a bunch of other guys, and he's got a sign up that says Eric Thomas. Well, there goes my guy right there, Eric Thomas. Good. Dave didn't have a sign. This guy walks up to me and says, "Are you Eric Thomas?" No, he didn't even ask me. He was like, "How you doing, Eric Thomas?" I'm like, "Where do I know you from?" It's my first time here. Dave has gone on, he found out Eric, he knew who he was picking up, Eric Thomas. He went to Google, put my name in and started watching videos. Beast mode. Do you know how easy it would have been just to have a sign? That's what gazelles do. That's the difference between a lion and gazelle. A lion is in beast mode. So Dave didn't say, I just pick people up and take them to there. That's all I do. No, when he got there, I'm carrying my own bag. Like, give me the bag. I'm like, I got the bag. He was like, give me the bag. I'm like, all right, take the bag. I'm like, I don't know karate like that. Right? Come on, guys. Are you hearing what I'm saying? He owns his own car service, but it's not just a car service, beast mode. So a couple hours, I was in LA, right? And when I walked in, they had this guy, when we walked in just before we were speaking, and he was giving people massages. I'm like, wow, I might need one of those. Right? So I'm staring at this guy, and I'm looking at his work. I'm trying to see his work, and if it's worth me paying $100 for it. And guys, it blew my mind. The guy got up after about 30 minutes of getting a massage. The guy got up and walked away, and the guy that was giving him a massage grabbed for a stick like my eye has, who's blind. I said, CJ, come here, quick. Get the camera, turn it on. I think the guy that's giving a massage is blind. And he clicks his stick, and he walks out. I'm saying there are people who can see that are not on this level. This guy is in beast mode. This guy's on a whole other level. So you gotta do me a huge favor, guys. Come on and hear me. Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. Everybody wants something in life, but many of you in this room right now, your beast mode is idle. Your beast mode is not turned on. And when you leave this place, I'm telling you, your life is going to go to a whole other level if you can learn to turn that switch on and keep that switch on. So number 2, this is important because we're going to get here. Number 2, this is important. Got to write this down. I need you to recycle your pain. Put it down. I need you to, okay. I want to just show you real quick. I want you to recycle your pain. Now, many of you, when you get this water bottle, you might be thinking this is the first time, that this is the very first time this particular plastic was formed. And we don't know. This could have come from anywhere. Right? So you got to do me a huge favor. I need you to put this down. Because what you're going to discover as you're going towards your dream, as you're going towards your goal, man, so many distractions. There are going to be so many people that are haters, so many people that come up against you, so many obstacles, so many trials, so many tribulations. And when people ask me, E.T., like for real, E, I know you can give me 20 things that you've done to help yourself to become successful. But E.T., I just need like 1 or 2. Can you give me 1 or 2? And one of the things I tell people is, I outlasted the pain. I outlasted the pain. When I was sleeping in those abandoned buildings, I kept telling myself, One day you'll be a homeowner. Every time I walked into that abandoned building, I told myself that this might be your current circumstances, but this will not be how the story ends. All you have to do, E.T., is to survive today. To survive today. When they kicked me out of school, I knew that I would not be a high school dropout for the rest of my life. I knew I got to get through this one day. For those of you who didn't meet my mom last year, me and my mom have been through a lot. My mom and I have gone months and almost years of not talking to each other, but every single day I kept telling myself, one day I'll have a great relationship with my mom again. One day. Well, I didn't grow up with my biological father. He wasn't in my life until I was 30 years old, but I told myself, today your father is not in your life, but one day. And so every single day when I wake up homeless, one day. Every single day when I woke up in that abandoned building, one day is going to be E.T.'s day, but that day can't come if I give up today. So every single day when I woke up, I kept telling myself, today might not be the day, but soon it will be my day, and I will recycle my pain. So what do you mean, E.T.? You recycled your pain. I turned homelessness into a book. I turned my father not being in my life to a book. I turned an estranged relationship with my mom into a book. I turned being homeless into a book. I turned being a high school dropout into a bestseller. And not only do they sell it in America, they sell it across the world. What will you do with your pain? Will you let it break you, or will you let it redefine you?